pull yourself down into the squat using your hamstrings. Let your butt drop down between your heels and push your knees out in the same direction as your toes. Keep your upper back tight by pulling the bar down and continue lowering as deep as you comfortably can. As for how deep you should go, a 2019 study assigned one group of subjects to half squats and another group to deep squats twice a week for 10 weeks. Although both groups had similar growth in the quads, the glutes and adductors grew significantly more in the deep squat group. So your goal should be to squat down to at least somewhere close to parallel. If you use a narrower stance, you should be able to get a little bit deeper. If you use a wider stance, it'll be closer to parallel. But if towards the bottom of your squat, your upper body falls forward, or your heels come off the ground, or your lower back rounds excessively into butt wink, these are all signs that you're not yet ready to go that deep. And there's two main reasons for this. The most common reason is limited ankle mobility. In this case, try elevating your heels onto weight plates and see if that helps. The other reason is a weak core and glutes. In this case, you can try out a more stable exercise like Smith machine squats before progressing to the barbell. But once you can get deep enough, you may notice that your knees end up over your toes. This is commonly believed to be harmful on the knees. One study tested this by using a wooden barrier to prevent the knees from going over the toes. While there was a bit less pressure on the knees when compared to letting them travel over the toes, the stress on the hips and lower back significantly increased. So as long as your knees don't cave in or out and instead push out in the same direction as your toes, letting your knees go over your toes is perfectly fine. Now once you reach that bottom position, do not just let gravity drop you into that last inch or two. Research suggests this is the most important part of the movement for growth. So force your muscles to work by controlling the weight down and pausing at that bottom position for half a second before moving on to step 4, the ascent. But first, just keep in mind that everyone's bodies are different. To maximize growth and prevent injury, it's important that you find the right exercises and the right form for your individual structure. And for a step-by-step plan that takes care of all the guesswork for you, after this video, just head on over to builtwithscience.com and take our free analysis quiz to find the best program for you and your body. But for now, let's move on to step 4, the ascent. The most common mistake people make here is shooting their hips back and letting their upper body fall forward. This puts a lot of pressure on the lower back. We want the chest and hips to rise at the same rate. To do this, drive up out of the bottom by pushing the floor away and thinking about driving your traps up against the bar. Keep your glutes engaged by keeping your knees in line with your toes rather than caving them in. Continue pushing down against the floor and getting tall until your legs are fully extended. But as you come to the top, avoid letting out a big exhale. Instead, we want to maximize the pressure in your abdomen to protect your back. And you can do this by keeping your lips held tighter together as you breathe out to gradually let air out. Once you've let all the air out, take another deep 360 breath in, brace, and repeat for another rep. Congrats, my friend. You have just done the perfect squat. You can give this video a watch next to learn how to properly deadlift without hurting your back, and I'll see you next time.